Hi, I'm Carrie Marsh, and I want to tell you about new opportunities for singing vocal jazz at KU this semester. I've been really lucky to spend my entire adult life doing what I love the most for a living. And that's all thanks to my experience with vocal jazz groups at KU when I was a student here. Since then, I've directed a lot of national award-winning university vocal jazz ensembles, and along with my partner, Julia Dallison, who you're hearing in the background here, we built a successful vocal jazz publishing company together at carriemarsh.com. Now, I'm a Jayhawk to my core after my time at KU and growing up in Kansas. And the opportunity to come to Lawrence and teach vocal jazz at KU is just a dream for so many reasons. I think there's really something special about our school, and I think there'll be a great opportunity for us to have incredible experiences in vocal jazz at this school. So I'm really excited to announce that this semester, fall 23, I'm going to be directing 2 vocal jazz groups here at KU, and I want to tell you about both of them now. The KU Vocal Jazz Lab is brand new this year, and it's open to anyone interested in singing jazz and contemporary harmonies in a choir setting. Joining Vocal Jazz Lab just requires registering for 1 credit in a section of Music 100 or 300. It's going to say directed study. We'll work on the details of that at our first meeting. But the choir is going to be rehearsing mostly on Monday evenings at 6 p.m. till 7:20 in Murphy Hall 114. We're going to have just a few alternate Wednesday meeting times that if you can make it, that's great. If you can't, you may be busy and that's okay. But those will make up for some of the Monday night conflicts that come up. A couple basketball games, Labor Day, that sort of thing. Our first meeting is going to be on Monday, August 28th. It's the second Monday of classes. We plan to have at least 1 small performance toward the end of the semester, but the focus of Vocal Jazz Lab is really going to be about the journey. It's going to be about what we do in the rehearsals and in the laboratory. We will be performing without microphones, mostly singing a cappella vocal jazz music. Sometimes we'll use piano accompaniment, though. We might perform the tune that you're hearing now called Dancing in the Dark. It's kind of in my preliminary plans. You're going to have some great part learning tracks that are from professionally sung recordings, mostly the ones that my partner Julia Dallison and I have made. You'll be able to practice your parts by ear in between rehearsals. So no matter what experience you may have had with vocal jazz and contemporary vocal group harmonies, no matter how your sight reading might be or any of that, you're going to be able to get some really valuable experience from this and going to have a lot of fun.
In my eyes, indisposed, in disguise, so no one knows.
Now, KU's auditioned premier vocal jazz ensemble will be the KU Jazz Singers, and they will be meeting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 5 p.m. till 5:50. If you audition for the Jazz Singers, and you don't happen to get placed in the group this time because, there are a limited number of spots and some really talented singers at this school, well, you'll be more than welcome to sing with Vocal Jazz Lab at 6 o'clock on Mondays. In fact, you might be a leader within that ensemble, and we'll be so grateful to have you singing in there and have a lot of fun. But jazz singers, well, they're going to have between 12 and 16 vocalists in the group. They're going to perform on microphones and with a rhythm section, singing some challenging advanced repertoire, and kind of like the one you're listening to right now, actually, Black Hole Sun, a new arrangement of mine. They're going to do more than 1 performance this fall, and it's going to include singing at the Jazz Vespers concert in December, as well as having their own concert to feature them. KU Jazz Singers auditions will be taking place on Tuesday and Wednesday, August 22nd and 23rd in Murphy Hall, room 115, between noon and 6 p.m. You can sign up for your 15-minute audition slot on a form that's posted outside of Murphy Hall, room 122. That's Dan Gailey's office. And you'll also find the other QR code that you might have seen on the flyers posted around campus. So if you used one of them to get to this video, the other one that you'll find will take you to the KU Jazz Studies audition info website. And that has all the info you're going to need about the vocal jazz auditions as well, including a full description of how the audition will run. There are two rather important things that I want you to know now about your jazz singer's audition. And the first thing is there's really not very much preparation involved for you. I really just want you to think of a song that features you well, like that you feel comfortable singing, really in any style. But if you have a jazz tune, a pop tune, that'll work great. R&B, maybe theater, that'll work pretty well. A classical piece won't show us as much of what we need to hear in terms of your pop style and your jazz style and all that, but whatever you're comfortable with that demonstrates your voice in this context, that'll be great. We'll hear you a cappella, and we won't even need to hear too much of it, really. Secondly, though, we're not testing sight singing. And it's not that we don't care about sight singing, it's just that what we really want to know mostly for ensemble vocal jazz is how is your musical ear, and how do you translate that into your voice? Can you sing with good breath support and reliably stay in tune while singing mostly with straight tone? Because we do a lot of that in vocal jazz. How solid is your sense of rhythmic feel and groove? Do you have enough vocal control to sing with a blendable tone quality? I hope you can kind of hear that sort of in the background behind what I'm saying here. Those are voices that are singing pretty straight tone, tuning, blending, balancing. That's important to vocal jazz. Can you hold on to a pitch when you're singing against some dissonant sounds that could possibly throw you off? All those things are important to us in the audition. Through the course of the semester, we're going to be working on lots of other musical skills, sight singing included, that can really help you expand your toolkit and be more flexible and prepared for a variety of opportunities that you might encounter in your musical future. And that certainly applies to my plans for vocal jazz lab experiences as well. But for the jazz singer's audition, these things are the most important fundamentals for us to test you on for this particular type of music. The full audition routine is described at the link in that QR code that I told you about. And so I encourage you to read through all that and all the other info to help you arrive with some understanding of what we're going to be doing on the day of your audition. Additionally, I would suggest visiting my website. I hope that's okay to say it, but it's carriemarsh.com. And there's a ton of information there, just recordings, charts to check out, and you can get an idea of the kind of music that we'll be performing in Jazz Singers and the Vocal Jazz Lab. Just to wrap up, I really hope to see and hear you at Jazz Singers auditions on the 22nd or 23rd, or just join us at Vocal Jazz Lab for our first meeting, 6 p.m., August 28th, Murphy 114. We're going to do some great things together with Vocal Jazz at KU, and I'd really love for you to be a part. Thanks a lot.